Hello, hello, good morning. The time has come. The time has come. So I've pretty much finished this. I mean, there's probably some little finishing touches that I'll put on this journal, but I came up with a plan here. And what I did was I robbed some D-rings off an old handbag and colored them with some alcohol ink so that I could cinch this journal because The the signatures stretch a bit because I did them with thick fabric in between each signature. So I basically did the kind of the locking signatures. What will I do with it, Jay? I have no idea. I have no idea. And then when I had my yard sale, I sat and embroidered all these signatures just for something to do that wasn't too, heavily intensive of my time or focus. And so I made a bunch of holes. Let's undo. And I just did this morning on Pam's channel, on the Ginger Cat Ladies channel. About 6 o'clock this morning, I decided to join her. And so I will just open out the D-rings. And I had attached this originally to the back, and I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to close this journal, but you can see she's a chunky monkey. But because those stretch, and the first thing I want to do is I want to move this because it's in the way of those. Um, there we go. It's in the way of my tie. So we're going to do a flip through, and then I've got a few scraps here that I might throw in there while we're sitting here. It still has a lot of blank pages, even after all that, because I made it a pretty intensive journal. So what I've used here is I've used papers and ephemera and rub-ons and sellotape from the 49 and Market ArtHouse Whimsy Nuneka um, collaboration called Lost in Time. Lost in Time or Lost in Memory? Wait a minute. I'll be able to tell you here in a minute. Faded Memory Lane. See, I'm a yeah. So we've got our first page here, and this is a hard cover, so I use some pegboard. Not pegboard. What's that brown board stuff called? I can't think of what it's called. It looks like cardboard. This stuff, like the back of notebooks. Anyway, I use some of that for the front and back covers. And everywhere you see fabric here is how this thing is attached. And so we've got a blank page here, which I'm just going to leave blank for now. I may do other stuff in here, but this thing is way too chunky. Chipboard. No, I guess it's paperboard, but it's not gray board. It's brown or craft color. And so here I've got just a burlap tag that you can journal on the back of, and then I've got just a piece of tea dyed paper. No, it's coffee dyed. And then I've got a little tag in this pocket. So this is a little 3 pocket situation. And then I've got another blank page back here and another blank page. Some of these are just coffee dyed or tea dyed um, copy paper, and I use the stuff called Elements from Walmart. It's recycled paper, and it does really well. It's this stuff, Jay. Maybe it is called chipboard. I don't know. This stuff. I can't think of it. I don't know why. My brain just doesn't, do that. And then I just happen to have some stamps that were kind of daisy-like and coneflower-like, which is kind of the theme of the papers of the Faded Memory Lane. So for instance, these are papers from that. And this is just a little, and I could fit more tags in here if I wanted to. Um, and this right here is from Dina Wakely. So just a little flip out. another blank page, little heart. So lots and lots of journaling spots. And then this is a spread, one of the spreads I did, and this is more art journal like, but it does have pockets. So, and sometimes I need my extra fingers. So I've got a little mushroom stamp in this pocket, and a lot of this is ephemera from the kit. Little stamp in this pocket, and then a little faux metal tag. And then I've got a couple of tags in this little pocket over here. And this is a hidden paper clip that comes off. I don't have anything stuck in it right now, but it just kind of fit in that space nicely. So that's where it lives. Oh, good. I'm excited too. I'm so glad you're past that part, Maddie. That's the hard part. I'm not looking forward to it. And then I've got just a little page here, and this page is actually made from a paper bread bag. And it's got a nice long pocket in it. And then this is just a tag that I made. Did I make this last night? No, I didn't make it last night. I made it yesterday. Paper clipped in, and there's a hidden paper clip here, which is a little piece of paper. And on the other side, it's got a little, just a piece of ephemera, because I'm trying to use it up. I'm excited to be able to put away this 49 and Market collection so I can clean my craft room, because it's spread out everywhere, friends. And then another page spread, which this is a journaling card or just something to look at, whatever. I think I like it with this kind of hanging over top of that little bottle. Yep, we're doing a flip through. And then this page here, which these are both pockets on either side, and I'm kind of having to hold up this side. Let me put something under here so it holds up itself. And these, you can journal on the inside of the butterflies. And then it's got this, see, this is some of the, from the 49 and Market junk journal kit for this particular collection. And you see it's got the little kind of daisy looking things with printed paper, and then it's got the cone flowers, which I mimicked on the front with just fabric, stamped fabric, dipped in Mod Podge, wrapped around a little dowel so that I could shape it kind of. And then these are just, this is all embroidered loose French knots. So that's, you know, trying to get the look. And so both these pockets, this has pockets in it. This is a junk mail envelope. And then this is a little envelope I made with a doily. It's rather delicate. And there's nothing inside. Let me put, no, there's nothing there I want to put inside. So just leave it be. But it's delicate. All glued to this page that is clear back here. So if you were to take these things out, you're just going to see that. And that's part of those bread bags I was telling you about that I bought, and they weren't the right kind. Thank you. That is a butterfly from ArtHouse Whimsy, and all I did was print it twice, cut it, fussy cut it from one, and I did the background in Photoshop because these are PNG files that are on with no background, and I wanted a background, so I grabbed a background from one of my printables, and I want to say this is from not Sweet Pea Studios. Okay, Brain, where are you? Somebody else that I used to subscribe to her monthly kit, and I can't think of who she is now. Pink Monarch Prince. There we go. I'll get it. And but I had fun decorating this page, and it was all from an encyclopedia, and I think it was about how they make matches. Yeah, matchbooks. And we have just this is just a little tag pocket. I can stick a tag in there, and then it's got a couple of pockets. This is a tag that I made yesterday. before I dyed my staples, so it's got the silver doggone staple in it, but um, it is what it is. And this is one of the little girls from ArtHouse Whimsy that I just fussy cut, and then I used my chalk pencils to color in the dress because the paper that I do my printables on really takes chalk pencils nicely. Get her back in there. And then this is just a ticket from God knows where, probably a Tim Holtz thing. And I think there's no pocket space there. And da, 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 da. Then we have this page, and it's kind of willy-nilly, but I kind of like it willy-nilly. Just trying to have that rest on something so it sits level so you can see. Um, so journaling space, whatever space. I think I want to do something with that space because I tore something off of there. Um, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I could do that. That would look okay. I'm going to leave it alone. I kind of like it just sloppy and messy looking like that. Yeah, you can use an alcohol marker. I ended up just coloring all of my staples, so but this is on the other side, and it's not a pocket or anything. It's, I mean, you could tuck something under that butterfly if you wanted to. And I used some of the negative from die cutting the flowers on the front of this, these flowers here. I used the negative on the other side of the paper because I hate wasting pattern paper that was expensive. And then made this little tag yesterday. These were just like really thin paper that had cut aparts, and I just glued them to or stuck them to other paper and then collaged on top of them. And I need a tie in that. Let's grab this little piece of doobity doo because words, you know. You know what? In fact, I think I'll grab this rusty piece here. Twist it through. And grab my stapler. Oops, dang it, Bobby. Sorry about that. Watch where you're going. I've been up for hours, so in a second here you're gonna see how I altered my staples. That didn't go very well, but you see they're now kind of blackish brown because I used the mushroom alcohol ink. So this is a pocket. This here is a pocket that comes in the junk journal kit, and I have two of them. I should give one of them away. I just can't afford to ship it. Um, I bought two, but I didn't use them both. And then another blank page, but it's decorated. So, and here's that stamp. That's an old, I want to say Stampers Anonymous. And then this is part of the group of envelopes that I made 3 different pockets from yesterday. So this is a pocket, one of 3 pockets made from one junk mail envelope. So that's where the junk journal comes in. And hi, Di, by the way. I'm surprised you're still up. And what's going on here? Okay, these all stay together, I guess. And this is actually a pocket too. I forgot. And then I've got a little belly band on this side where I got this little steampunky dog that I loved and put him in, as well as just a paper and piece of ephemera. Here, I want you peeking out. I need your little nose sticking out above there. Ah, thank you. And this was some Tim Holtz tissue paper that I decoupaged onto here, and then I did some gold um, Simon Hurley lunar paste through a stencil on that, and then its backside has a little pocket situation, which I took apart from something else that I made, so I don't have it attached in any way, and I don't care. More journaling space. And here is a pocket, a pretty good sized pocket lengthwise that doesn't have anything in it. Let's just pop that in there for now. Another blank page, which isn't really blank, and then another kind of blank page, more journaling space. And this is just a little flip out pockets situation, which has all kinds of pockets in it. So this is journaling space. This is actually one of the ArtHouse Whimsy often, I mean, the 49 Market often comes in very tall packaging, and the background of the packaging has all this stuff on it, plus all this little writing and stuff like that. And I like to use that stuff. So it's got a pocket up here, and that can stick up. I don't mind. It goes deeper, but I don't want to force it. And then it's got a pocket here, and then it's got this pocket here, which goes like so. And then nothing on the back. This is just support to support my little fabric tabs. And this paper gorgeous? I love, love, love the paper. Thank you. And then this is just a spread of, you know, whatever. And what's going on here? Okay. So you got this. This is one of the ones that are meant to fold in half for the junk journal kit. And then I kept it lengthwise and made it a pocket with just a little decoration. Got another blank page. I know. And then I did this one yesterday. I rather love this one. I don't typically do a lot of lace, and I haven't been doing any splatter at all, which surprises me, but I just haven't felt the need. But this is another one of those postcard ones that I just put some harder paper on and then just decorated. And this was all black and white, and I added the color, the little leaf colors with my my pencil, my chalk pencils, and then colored the dragonfly. I absolutely love this little tag. Another 3-pocket spread here. With nothing in the pockets because I couldn't be asked. I don't know. I run out of wherewithals. Just put something in there so it appears to be a pocket. I have this thing, but it's a kind of thick. It's a fold out to hold ephemera. And I feel like it's more suited to be actually glued down. And then this is just a little lift up pocket. I cut that circle for something else and then just used the negative for it. And then it's got a little pocket inside here, a little heart in it. And that's just clipped on with some clippies. And then this is a page I did that's really off color for the rest of the journal, but I just love, love, love this color. So I said, I'm just going to do what I want and put me some teal on there. So I colored her dress and her gloves and her butterfly because otherwise she was just sepia toned. I'll show you. And those are from ArtHouse Whimsy, and they're all sepia tones, so really you can color them any way you want. But I don't recommend much more than inks or and not super wet inks, but not oxides either, or the chalk pencils, or maybe even just colored pencils. I'm taking a nap when I'm done here. I've got plans today. I plan to take a nap. So a little dragonfly from the ephemera kit. This is from I got a Rolodex at a thrift store the other day, and I just grabbed one of the little Rolodex cards out of there. It's very old and nasty, which I like. But I didn't do anything with the page. And then there's a little, just a little tag from the ephemera kit. And then I made her like a postage stamp. This is not necessarily a hidden paper clip, but because I stapled it to it, it's just more like a tab. And then I've got another one of the little dogs, because how can I not? Okay, I can actually go lower with this because I'm in the middle. And then part of the ephemera kit, or maybe part of the junk journal kit, I forget. This, believe it or not, is serial numbers. At one point, Microsoft, years ago, you could buy like a membership or something like that. And it was, anyway, it was a business deal, and you got several copies of Windows, and I think these are for Windows 7 serial numbers. And I kept them and altered them because why not, right? And then there's a little flag there. Maybe I'll have the flag going over top of it. And then I just made him, he's a postage stamp, and I made him into a little pocket. And then there's a windowed pocket here. This is that bread bag again. And I didn't do anything back here. I could conceivably hide this right here. I just didn't really want to make the journal any thicker than it is, but that would look cool right there. I think I like that, like that. Let's glue that down. Let's glue her down. Good morning, Linda. Hi, Reagan. And these are just silverware bags that I got for 50 cents on clearance at, I don't know, Joanne, or I don't know, someplace. Okay, I need to kind of make sure that's centered. Yeah, there we go. I can put this, so this is another piece of the packaging that I put some alcohol ink. You can barely see where all the labels are from the packaging, or the words. Just throw that inside. Ta-da! So that takes care of that page. And then blank page on the other side. That looks like I'm going to need a little tape on there. And then this, I don't know what to do with this page right here. I don't want to do a lot because I took a piece of a jean jacket that I took apart and made pockets, or a pocket here. So something can go inside. Do I have anything big left to go inside of there? I don't. Well, wait a minute. That's the only thing I haven't done with this thing, is stuff all the pockets. These are too short. I need something long and thin-ish. Something like this. There we go. And I actually did physically sew that on my sewing machine because I didn't trust glue to hold it. And then these are some more of the tabs that hold the journal together. And then we've got this pocket here, which this little film strip piece is from the kit. This is another piece of art from ArtHouse Whimsy, as is this little gal who I didn't color. I just left her sepia. And just this looks like a page that I made a long time ago. And it's actually got embossing powder on it, copper color embossing powder. A little, nothing, a little flippy. Don't ask, I don't know. Someplace where I had to tape it together. And then I've got these little flowers here. They're kind of hard to see, but they are, you know, like a peekaboo to this page. And this is a little pocket. Clock is a little pocket. Clock is a printable from ArtHouse Whimsy. these are the ephemera, and then just stuff, you know me and my stuff. I've done this one. I haven't put anything in the pockets, but it is a flip out. It's got a pocket here, and that's all. Otherwise, just flip out. Then I've got a plain page here that I could still do stuff to if I wanted to. Yeah, I've seen a lot of cool cards. You got to show them. This was a junk mail envelope that I did a pocket from, and I did that this morning on, or did I do it last night? I think I did it this morning. Yeah, on Ginger Pam's channel. I've got a couple of. This was a tag from those paint chip things that I have, and this was just some leftovers that I didn't want to waste. Let's see here. We've got a little removable pocket here, and it's got a little window. And then it's got something inside. It's got a tag inside, another tag from my paint chips. Sometimes you got to be careful what you're sticking on those tags though, because they, and I want to push it down so you can see it through here. They what? I don't know. I didn't finish my sentence and I don't remember what I was saying. So sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I want a Maine Coon so bad. I really do. I mean, I love my cat, but she's really aloof. She's not, she won't, you know, not a lap kitty. She doesn't like being pet by hands, but she begs, sits by the side of the bed and begs me to put my foot on the floor so she can pet my foot and I can pet her foot. Or I can pet her with my foot. This was a little folder that I made some time ago. There's nothing inside, but thought I'd throw it on there. So that's some Tim Holtz paper right there. Yeah, I got work done. And then here's this little flip out with one of the pictures from the ephemera kit. And this is some of the sellotape, which I can't find right now, which is very frustrating. And then this is a pocket that you can stuff something in. Let's stuff something in there. I want to use up all this stuff so that I can put it away and not have as much to put away. This is packaging, so this was on the inside of the packaging, or this was on the inside, this was on the outside, so I could cut those out, which I think is really cool of them to do. But meantime, I'll just stuff it in here. Little belly band. This is the wallpaper I showed you last night that I got for $5 at Sally Army. I got this huge roll, and it's textured. Super cool. Oh, yeah, some cats are more into guys than they are women. And then this is a little trifold kind of folio, I guess you'd call it. Let me make sure I untie the correct part so I don't have to try and string that through again. And so it's got a pocket here, and a pocket here. Got a little circle tag. Let's move the circle tag up here. And it's a little good journal in there. And I didn't put any ties on those tags because this was already fat enough. And then I just have that clipped in so that, you can take it out and do what you will with it. With just a paper clip. See, I'm a little loose right here. It was experimental binding and it worked out, but I, definitely was a little bit of a learning experience. And here's a blank page that I did some texture on. This is a page you guys did with me last week that I didn't pay attention to, and I really And I haven't moved this, but it opens out 4 ways. There we go. I didn't pay much attention to the, never mind. Another blank page. So a lot of these blank page have something on the other side. This was another one of those 1/3 of a junk mail envelope. And so it's just kind of a corner tuck page. And then just a page because it's pretty and it makes crinkly sounds. And then I have this page, which this opens up. You could hide a letter inside or whatever. I haven't done anything with it. And then it's got a little pocket. And then I made a little journaling card for the pocket. I've really had fun making this journal, but it took way longer than I wanted it to. So that's the other side of that page. And then we've got another blank page here. And then this was another envelope, and I just stuffed a piece of paper in here to have something. This is that textured paper. I think we did this one last night. Da, da, da. Okay, we're almost through. We're almost through. Another blank page, which I might put something on. I don't know. I'm kind of done. I'm done with this. And then, oh yeah, Pam, not Ginger Pam, but Washington Pam, double dog dared me to make a triple tag. So I've got a tag in a tag on a tag. This tag does not come off though. But this is a piece of a junk mail envelope, just the window. Let's get that back in there. And then I made that clear because I didn't want to lose any of my butterflies. And then just a corner pocket here. And I covered this piece of paper too. Again, this was like some super thin paper and I just glued it to thicker paper. So that it would be, you know, substantial. So I like my things substantial. I've got a little weird page here and it's got this for a journaling card. Oh, I must have more stuff in. Oh, and this covers up those fabric things, those fabric tabs. So it's kind of one of my black and white pages because I like to have something black and white in my journals. This is just a flip over page. Do what you will with. Another envelope, and that's upside down. That's upside down, but that's not. So it is what it is. And then I just stuffed an envelope in here so that, you know, it could have, and this was the selvage edge, you know, the cutoff from a 12 by 12 paper from the 49 Market selections. What's that? I didn't buy the whole 12 by 12 paper pads because first of all, I couldn't afford them. And second of all, I don't typically do stuff with 12 by 12 papers. So this is another part of one of those envelopes. And I just stuffed a couple of little goodies in there. And I think I did this one last night live. Another corner envelope. Blank page, something in German, a little pocket here on a little page, little sort of blank page, and here's the back page, and this has a little folio that comes out, and this flips up, so I've got, this is another junk mail window envelope, got a little tag inside of here, some little ephemera from the kit, more ephemera from the kit, and then some texture on that. And that. Oh yeah, it's got pockets back here too. That's why it's not glued down, because it has pockets back here that you could put notes in or whatever. And then it slides right back into this belly band. And I made the belly band tight on purpose so it didn't slip around. So that's the walkthrough. And then I made holes here. Hope you can see them, and just sewed this on. I hand sewed it because I like to. I can machine sew it if I want to, but I don't want to. But because, again, the way this journal's made, it flippy flops around. But once you tie it down, tie your mother down. Once you tie your mother down, tie the mother down, it will stretch nicely and stay nice and together ish. Just tuck that around so it doesn't slip out too easily. And there it is. Done. Hope you guys liked it. That's all I'm going to be doing today is just this flip through because I don't know how long I was on Pam's channel this morning. Before I was even on the channel, I was watching it, and that was at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm gonna need a nap. So what will I do with it? I do not know. I don't have any idea other than let it sit on the shelf and show it off to anybody who might want to see it. I don't know otherwise. This, I see this signature is kind of short. That's okay. No biggie. Isn't she a fatty? That is a big, big journal. I, have sold probably about 80% of my stuff. And so I've been slowly reorganizing this craft room. So I will have places to put stuff like this. Anyway, thanks you guys for coming to hang out. Why don't you, if you would, just leave me a thumbs up if you like the video, if you like my journal, if you'd like to see more of that. Don't forget, starting in June, we are going to be doing some color exploration with prompts that will not only include colors, but also assignments. So, for instance, maybe on one day, might we might be on pink, or we might be on orange, or we might be on blue, light blue, teal, whatever, and then a couple of prompts to go with it, like make texture, do something 3D. Night dye, I'm gonna nod off too. um, do some stitching or faux stitching, things like that, prompts, so that you kind of get an idea of some things to do, assignments, so to speak. And it's all free. There will be no ads. There will be ads on the replay, but I will not charge for the replay. It'll be free in here forever for you to refer to. And I know I've told people that the homework is to get some form of a journal or make some form of a journal. I don't care if it's a paper bag journal, whatever. Do whatever size you want. And I think I'm going to use this that I got from scrapbook.com, and then just tear out pages so that, and I'm going to do my pages off of this and then glue them in, and then perhaps use the other side to write down possibly the techniques I use, the colors I use, so on and so forth. So the assignment was to get that and some form of a color wheel. And, hopefully you have on hand color pencil, ink, watercolors, whatever medium you're going to use. Why is that so crooked? Because I bumped it, huh? I can't stand anything crooked. It makes me nuts. Anyway, you guys, I'll see you all next week. Other than when I see you around the rooms. And I will see you around the rooms. Thanks for hanging out. Take care, everybody. Bye.